Hey guys, so welcome to my new video. I've been away for a while as usual. I was working on other projects and focusing on a little something that I will share later on. I've been away on ayahuasca retreat. That was pretty mind-blowing. I want to shoot a video and share my experience sometime with you in the future. And this video is very simple. It's about a very simple principle. Is that what I do see? I see a lot of, frankly, insanity going on, and I don't think that's a good thing. And I just want to say something because this. I mean, I created this channel with the idea that I will always, tell the truth to the best of my knowledge and don't sort of pussyfooting around, So, right, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. What I want to say is, I have a problem. I have a problem with all these, TA experts shooting videos on YouTube, projecting, prices and telling you where the price is going and so on. I mean, I've mentioned that in the past, but I see that it doesn't stop. I see that there's a fault on your end as a follower, and there's a fault on their end as an expert. First of all, what is the problem? Well, the problem is very obvious. Is that if you're a professional trader, then those videos are completely useless to you. It doesn't really help you because you don't trade based on projections. And if you are a professional trader, all of these are probably a joke to you, and you know that that's not where the answer is. Okay, so that's the first thing. And if you're an amateur, then those videos are not only useless to you, but they're also harmful. Why are they harmful? Well, because you're following somebody with quote-unquote authority, right? And you are trusting that, whether you like it or not. If somebody has 50,000 followers or whatever, and they have certain authority that whether you are conscious about it or not will affect you. And if they say something, if they say something that the price is going that way, and you as an amateur go out and trade your main account, then obviously you are going to lose money. There's no question about that. That is not how it's done. So I would like to invite you to stop doing that. Realize that in the new question, okay, why are these TA experts giving you that information? Because you're asking them, you're demanding that information. They're just giving you what you want, but they know for a fact that's not where the answer is. Every single trader that was successful, trader, investor, it doesn't matter to me. It's all about money management. Let's just call any good money manager, okay? Because you can take any good money manager and apply them to trading or investing, and they will succeed, okay? Because they do understand money management, okay? So, you asking them to post the videos that if they know full well it's not going to work. No one ever became financially free or wealthy following YouTube videos, especially price projection. And this the first sign. If you ask that question, where the price is going, this is the first sign that you are not a professional trader and you should not trade with your main account. Absolutely. Okay, so I know that it will not stop going. There will be people who keep demanding these videos, and there will be people who keep supplying these videos. But if you do want to learn trading, if you do want to know and find out what it takes to be a professional trader, then you have to go around it right way. You don't scavenge for the information on the YouTube and expect that you're relying on that you're going to be a great trader. Okay, that is not what's going to happen. Let's just agree on that. That is not going to happen. Okay, now if we agree on that, then the question is, what does make you into a great trader? Okay, and the answer is that, take martial arts for example. When you start off, you're a white belt, right? And as a white belt, you know, somebody is good who can give you a little advice and say, oh, this is how you do this specific move. And then you're like, oh yeah, I got it. Now you learn a few moves from the guy who knows what he's doing. Are you going to step in an octagon and, you know, at UFC and fight? You're not going to do that, right? Because you're a rookie, you're a newbie. I don't care that you intellectually understand few moves. They're not part of you. They're not ingrained in you. These people who are successful, they're like a second nature to them. These moves are second nature to them. And these martial artists that practice, few moves for years, it's a second nature to them as well. Okay? So they don't even think about it. They do. And that's where you want to get. You want to get to that point. And the best way to get to that point is find a retired professional and convince him to mentor you, right? Like you need somebody and you're not going to get it for free. Forget about it. If you don't have money to pay a good mentor, you have no business in trading, right? Because you obviously don't get money management yet. Otherwise, you would have plenty of money. Okay. Trading is really I don't want to exclude too many people, but trading is a wealthy person's game. Okay. Yes, you can have some money left aside, and if you do have $100, right? This is what I keep advising to my students, is that you take those $100 and you trade until you can turn them into 1,000. If you don't turn those $100 into 1,000, you are not ready to trade for a living. Okay. So just like martial arts, you gotta get the mentor, you gotta get your sensei, and keep practicing. What is your dojo? What is your trading dojo? Okay. And guess what? You don't when you go to a dojo, you spar, right? Like you practice and then you spar, and then you'll have somebody who's really good sparring with you as a white belt, right? But it's safe. That's your $100 account, right? It's safe. That's where you start. That's where you keep, trading, and give yourself time. It's not going to be that all of these principles are the part of you within, a month or two. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to keep drilling until it's a part of you, because trading is not about what you know. It's about who you are. And until you become that person, you're not going to be successful. So that's what you need to ask yourself. How do I become that person? How do I rewire my thinking? How do I rewire my all these principles that I need to know? How do I so let's just unpack this. So what does make a good trader? Well, I think there's three things that what makes a good trader, and none of them is TA. One is pattern recognition. And good traders are, whether they're conscious about it or not conscious, they're very good at pattern recognition. Okay, some of them don't even know. Two, emotional maturity, right? You need to be emotionally mature, because you cannot be thinking, making the decisions emotionally. You just can't. And emotions are very powerful. If they overtake, that's it. You're a goner. You are going to make a mistake. And the third one is money management principles. And I'm not saying just read about one principle and think that that's the way it is. You have to breathe it, live it. You got to practice it. Surround yourself with the people who do manage money well, and keep learning and learning and learning and learning. Be around these people until sort of through the process of osmosis you start behaving the same way, right? It's not going to be the other way. You can read the book, but is that going to make you a good, great trader? No, you have to practice, live it, breathe it. If you want to go that way. And let's just be honest, a lot of you are not going to be a good traders, and it's okay. It's totally okay, because it takes a certain person, I think, to be a great trader. And you got to tick all these boxes, right? You got to be great at pattern recognition, emotional maturity, money management. If you tick all three boxes, that's all you need to do. And notice I didn't say anything about TA, because TA is nice, it's great, but it just doesn't work. Okay, that's not where the success is. And I know TA experts gonna say like, no, TA works. No, it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. And let's just distinguish what is TA. Okay, technical analysis is where you have some sort of like measure, right? So like I said, like if you're in an ocean and you're in the ocean and you're sailing, that's what trading is about, right? How you can predict these little waves that there's going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. And if you have all these oversold, overbought indicators, like if you have something that shows you that there's the speed of wind is at a certain miles per hour, and then you think like, oh, the wind is really strong, so I don't think it's going to go any further. Well, that's a ridiculous assumption, right? You have no idea whether it's going to go any further, no matter how strong it is. It's the same thing as using these indicators. That's technical. You cannot apply technical things on the nature nature of chaos. You just cannot do that. The only thing you can apply on it is a natural analysis. I would like to coin this term as natural analysis. Natural analysis is not technical analysis. Natural analysis is when you use Mandelbrot, Fibonacci principle. When you look in the structure and you look for the what kind of structure will arise out of chaos, and if you understand that, that's it. That's the only analysis that you need to do. And it's very simple. You don't need to watch news. You don't need to interpret things like, I think the person, I think people buying over here, or I think, this like what are you doing is absolute insanity. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, okay, let's get to the point. Natural analysis is different, right? So if you're a TA expert and you're successful, it's not because of your TA. It's because your pattern recognition. It's because your emotional maturity and money management. That is why you're successful. If TA alone would make you successful, then everyone who's watching YouTube videos about TA would be successful, and it's not the case. So let's just not fool ourselves anymore, okay? If you want to learn trading, you gotta learn from good trader, preferably retired, somebody who's been there, done that, and not actively trading that much, okay? So that's what you want. And even if the expert, if somebody is good, he will teach you good things, right? But he will teach you all these practices that you need to follow. He will teach you TA, and some of it is okay, but he will also teach you all the other 90% of the things that you do need to understand, right? But stop asking where the price is going, because they don't know. And if they answer you, because you are asking them, so you can't blame them. And the people who are giving these price projections and advice to people, and also would like to invite you, no longer do that anymore. Because whether you like it or not, by giving people what they want and not what they need, you are making them suffer. And you can say, well, people asked and I gave them what they wanted. But you got to be a little bit, more of an adult and say, yeah, that's what they're asking, but I'm not going to give it to them because that's not what they need. So there. All right, so now that I got that off my chest, let's see what else is new. All right, so yeah, like I said, don't get into the octagon until you get your black belt, and spar until then. Start off small. You don't need a lot if you're a good trader. You don't. The magic of compounding interest is going to surprise you, because if you can 10x your account within a month or two, from $100, now you have $1,000. Maybe you can 10x again, 3 months later. Now you have $10,000, and you can see very quickly how within a couple of years you could make a lot of money. But the thing is that you need to be consistently successful, and in that it's different, very different from getting lucky. Okay, anybody could make a big trade and then say like, oh, look at that, I'm a great trader. Well, how long is it going to last, right? So learn from the people who are not getting lucky, but who can be consistently successful, right? That's the people you want to learn from. Okay, and I'm not boasting here or whatever. I'm not a what I would consider myself a black belt. I'm not a great trader. I'm brown belt at best. Okay, I'm a good trader, but because it takes years, right? So it may take me another year, whatever, to get my black belt. And somebody who's like ugly old goat, he's a black belt. Okay, that's who I consider the black belt. And I honestly don't know who else is the people that I know. Okay, I honestly don't know. I mean, yeah. Okay, now. So what I was doing in the meantime is I decided that I'm not going to, obviously, if I show you a little video on YouTube, that's fun, and that's great, and you can see how it works, and you can learn a little like a quick technique, right? But it's just a technique. It's not going to make you a great trader. And if you don't know all these other principles, it's not going to help you. So I decided that the only way to make sure that you are becoming a great trader is to mentor. So I took a small group of people, 10 people, and I'm mentoring those people. And I want to see them. They all have these test accounts, and I want to see them. And each week I'm giving them a little bit more, and they practice, live and breathe that thing. I want to see them within the 3 months time to become consistently successful. And we're not doing any TA, okay? That's that, because that's the only way you do it, right? So if I can mentor somebody, I gotta make sure that they practice the things that they need to do, not what they think that they should. And now a lot of things what's going on is that they have to learn all these bad habits or bad things that they learn on YouTube, following other people in listening to TA, and they're relying on all these indicators. Okay. So yeah. And that's the idea. So we'll see what's going to happen within 3 months. Well, a lot of them are complete white belts. And if somebody who hasn't traded at all within 3 months, they can go out there and be consistently successful. And as a minimum, that I'm sure that they are not going to lose everything or not going to lose a lot. As minimum, if they lose, they're going to lose a little, right? And guess what? I know that they will make these mistakes, and then they will learn with that $100 account, and they will see how it feels like. They will see, oh, look, my emotions took over, and I didn't want to pull the trigger on the thing that I knew that I should, and I want them to experience that, okay? And that's the only way you learn. It's better to experience that with a $100 account than trading your main account. And that's how they learn. Okay. So yeah, so that program, I'm doing the hard way, but I didn't want to like sell any kind of indicators or whatever. Everybody else is doing that, and nobody is getting any results from it. So I'm doing things different. I'm going with this way. I love teaching, and I don't have to teach. And look, and I don't care what people are saying, like, oh, those who can trade teach. No, there are people who can trade and have a little bit of time to teach because they love teaching. Okay. Take Ugly for example. Okay. Like, this notion that if somebody's teaching you by default they can't be a great trader is absolute just idiocracy. Right? That's just the word for it, right? How narrow-minded you should be to think that way. Okay. So yeah, I do it. I started this YouTube channel because I like teaching. That's what I do. Every time I go with my friends, I start teaching them. I'm passionate about it. I just love it. It excites me. Okay. And I'm not relying, on this for my income. Come on, this is YouTube channel, right? And I took 10 people on the program. So, right. But I love it. And if those people end up being successful, which I know if they listen to what they need to be doing, and if I will make sure that they are successful, right? Or they can get their money back. I don't need their money if they didn't get any value from it. And if they are, then I think that other people will find a lot of value in that as well. And maybe I'll create some sort of program that more people can access that. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. And posting everything, I really thought about this, and and then Discord and those who follow me on Discord, that I've not posted anything lately. That's because I think even that is not helpful. I can't teach you the best thing that I know, but I cannot teach you over Discord. I cannot teach you over YouTube, right? I mean, we went through 5.5 hours, and that was the first lecture, and still they need to practice until the second. Still not even though it seems simple, but because it's so different to everything else, it's very difficult, right? To break through that. So I'm not gonna shoot a 5-hour video, and I mean, if I'm spending that much time, then I don't want to do it for free, just because if I would do it for free, you wouldn't value it. You would ignore it, right? You would think, oh, just another YouTube video. So I'm not going to devalue something that can make you consistently profitable and have, a power that you have, device in your hand, and anytime you want, anytime in the world, you can create wealth for yourself. That's valuable. And I don't want to demean it by not valuing it and giving it away for free. Right? So that's that. And some of the videos that I watch on YouTube is quite funny because where they say that you should put a stop, that's where my entries usually are, and everything's backwards. Everything's backwards. So just think about it, okay? Just ponder and meditate on this, what I just told you, okay? And just ask yourself, is that reasonable and rational? And if it isn't, maybe you should stop watching these videos. Okay, guys. That's it for now. Peace out. See you in the next one.